How do you like this? It's not off the needles yet, but I'm working on it. Knitting a shawl. And I'm going to show you how I do it. So stay tuned. This is me, Sue Johnston, knitter. So here's my little sample piece that I'm knitting so that I can illustrate for you the techniques that I use. So first of all, you cast on 3 stitches, you knit 1, then you do a knit to front back knitting increase, or knit front to back, which I'm going to illustrate right here. So you knit in the front part of your stitch, and then you go to the back and you knit in the back, and that's when you transfer it over onto the right hand needle. So you just do that only on one side. Now I did mention that in a previous video, how to increase and decrease. So basically that's what you're going to do on the right side of your work, and then you're just going to knit right across to the end. And what do you do at the end? You just simply knit it. You knit and you turn your work. And then on the return row, which is going to bring you back to your beginning, you can either do a garter stitch, which is just straight knitting, or if you decide, you can use a stockingette stitch, in which case I would knit the first one and then purl the rest of your row back to the beginning. So it's actually very easy to do, very quick. Well, not necessarily quick, but it's easy to do. So when you get to however width you want your shawl to be, in my case it's usually about 150 stitches, what you want to do is you want to start decreasing. So you decrease on the same side that you were previously increasing. And the decrease is rather simple. So always knit that first stitch. It just gives it a nice finished edge. I'm trying to get my wool around my needle here while looking through a camera. It's not always that easy. And then to decrease, you just knit 2 stitches together in this case. There's lots of different ways to decrease, but that's the simplest way. And then you just either, if you're doing garter stitch, you just knit all the way across your row, or as I mentioned, if you're using stockinette, you would then purl all the way across your row. So here is the piece that I'm working on right now, the shawl I'm working on, the red one. And then what you can do is you can vary your stitches by doing some yarn overs and creating eyelets. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So once again, on the beginning or the right side of your work, you want to knit that first stitch. And since it's my increased side, I'm going to knit in the front stitch. Be careful not to split your wool. And then I'm going to knit into the back. So that's knit front to back. And then I'm going to knit another stitch. You don't have to, but that's why I'm going to do it. Then you do a yarn forward or yarn over, and you knit 2 together. And the reason you do that is because you're going to do that yarn over and knit 2 together all across the row. And if you don't knit 2 together, you're going to end up with way too many stitches, because every time you do a yarn over like that, yarn forward, you're actually increasing a stitch. So what we're after here is we're trying to create the eyelet effect. So you do yarn forward, knit 2 together, yarn forward, knit 2 together, and you do that all the way across your row. And then you're going to end up with those eyelets. Now, some people, what they do is if you want to vary the pattern, they do a yarn forward, knit 2 together, then knit 1, yarn forward, knit 2 together, knit 1. It depends on how much space you want in between your eyelets. In my situation here with this, I just want one eyelet to follow the other. So yarn forward, knit 2 together, yarn forward, knit 2 together. And then I can do that with 2 rows or 3 rows or 4, or I could vary it a little bit and create some space in between the eyelets. Again, it's up to you. It's what you want to do. So here we go. Now, the return row is always either garter stitch all the way back or stockingette stitch all the way back. Now, what you want to do is you want to be careful on being able to recognize your stitches so that you don't end up knitting 2 stitches together. Sometimes I have knit 2 stitches together by accident, and then I end up with a much larger hole than I planned on. And sometimes you do that and you don't recognize that you're doing it, and then you look at your work later on and you think, what? How did I get that big hole? Well, that's how. So you want to be very careful on your return rows to be able to recognize those stitches. Make sure you don't split your yarn. Make sure you don't knit 2 stitches together. Just try to create a bit of space there so you can knit each strand on its own. And then you're going to have a unified piece of work. You're going to have your eyelets in order. So, good day here. Sue Johnson, retired counselor and living life, trying to adjust to life. But I'm doing it very well, actually, because I'm knitting, and that is a great, relaxing moment for me. Plus, I get this sense of accomplishment of having completed various items. So, in the beginning of this video, I showed you the cast on, knit 1, make your increase by knit front to back, and then knit across your row. Do the return back to what I call the beginning. So this is the beginning edge here. And it's the one that's always increasing. This one is not. This one's always staying the same. And I actually marked it, especially in the beginning, because it's hard to tell which side is your increase side. So I did that just to remind me, because we need these reminders. And you could use a marker or whatever you want. So then when you get to your shawl, the width that you want it to be, you start decreasing, and you simply go that increase side. Now you're going to decrease, and you knit 1, knit 2 together until you've got about 3 stitches left. And this one is a number 6 knitting needle, US number 6. Does it have the either? I don't have very good eyes. No, it just tells me US number 6. But there's a lot of conversion charts out there, so you can probably convert that. You use worsted weight, or you can use DK, or 2 strands of fingering weight yarn, or 2 strands of sport yarn, whatever you want. It depends on how thick or heavy you want your shawl. My winter shawls, I use worsted weight wool. And for the rest of the year, even in winter, I use a DK. DK sort of drapes nice. So here it is. There's my longer project in red. I realized, oh, I don't have a red one. I have one for almost any occasion, and for any t-shirt that I have, just about. And I wear my shawls a lot, so here's my red one. So again, I cast on 3 stitches, increase just on one side, and you can see how that shapes it. And I will get to probably about 150 stitches and start decreasing it. And it depends on how long you want it to be. That's one way to do it. Another way is this, where you've got the center increase. So you're increasing on each of your ends. So it's a knit 1, yarn forward, and then you knit across to your center. And you want to try to keep that spine, that center, I call it the spine, the centerpiece, in line. When you get to that center stitch, you would do yarn forward, knit the center stitch, yarn forward again, continue on to the end, and you yarn forward, your last 3 stitches, you yarn forward and knit 1, so last couple of stitches. And then you just keep increasing until you get this triangle shape. Now this is a ball of yarn that was left over from a top which I was making with, I'll show in another video. It was me stripping down. And this I call my neck scarf, because sometimes it's just a bit of color. Like if you're wearing, let's say, all black top, black pants, this adds a bit of color. I have a little wooden stick that that acts like a brooch to hold it together if I want that. And that's it. It's just adds a bit of warmth around your neck and your shoulders. The other night, my husband said he was feeling cool because outside we're experiencing extreme low temperatures, as a lot of you are. It's been a very hard winter. So he said he was cold, and I said, you should put on a shawl. You just need something over your shoulders and neck to add a bit of extra warmth to your body. And I gave him a shawl, but then he opted for one of his shirts. So I said to him, you know, you're at home here. Nobody will know what you're wearing. So this is probably my most favorite shawl, and it has the eyelets in the pattern. And I tried to repeat the pattern, but you know what? It's your piece of knitting. You don't have to do it a certain way. I have this little motto about retirement. It's called, I do what I want. And as much as possible, I do what I want, because I'm thinking you've left the corporate work world and you're in a position where you can hopefully do some of the things that you want to do. So I do what I want. Yeah, I know. Sometimes you have the rules. Just like knitting. There are rules, and then you can bend the rules and do them however you want. So what did I do here? I bent the rules, and what I did is I did a eyelet motif. So I knit 5 yarn forward, which creates the eyelet, and knit 2 together, and then just did a row back, and I just alternated my eyelets. You can do what you want. You can have fun with it. I think one reason people cast on a number of different items is because each item has its own sort of peculiarity or uniqueness in stitching, and it helps keep it all interesting. And then eventually you realize, oh, I've done 15 rows today, and then eventually you're all finished. So we have different projects to keep us going on it all, because essentially we like knitting. So that's what I do. I have, what have I got? I've got 1, 2 shawls, a pair of socks, and I'm going to do a sock episode one day, and 2 sweaters that I'm working on. I think that's it. But we just love casting on, don't we? I do. Right, so that's it. Short video, just to give you a little show and tell as to how I make my shawls, and hope that you make one and enjoy it. And there's lots of different ways to wear it. You can wear it up and around your neck like that, under your coat, or just down or belted in. And I've mentioned that in previous videos. So happy shawl knitting.